this the attack that becomes a game changer? Fox News executive editor John Moody writing in an opinion piece today, for far too long, Western societies, including in the United States, have tried to rationalize what has now become an avalanche of violent hatred of democratic freedom. We have asked if some or any of this is our fault, if we haven't listened to the voices of religious extremism, or if we fail to understand their message. The result in Britain, government officials estimate there are more than 20,000 jihadists living among the population. And here is their message, he writes: we hate you and we want to kill you. Tough stuff. Joining me now, Congressman Peter King, chairman of the House Subcommittee on Counterterrorism and Intelligence. Congressman, good to have you here tonight. You know, you listen to these reports of everything that was known about one of these individuals. Neighbors tried to turn him in. So how does that not lead to something?
You know, we'll have to wait till all the reports are in, but it seems to have been a failure in follow-up. Now, we've had that situation here in the United States with Orlando, San Bernardino, certainly up in Boston, where there were people under surveillance or being investigated by the FBI, and the cases were closed. Listen, I think this shows the need to have increased and intense surveillance, that the police themselves can't be following everyone all the time. That's why we need undercovers. That's why we need informers. That's why we need people working in the communities. That's why we have to monitor the mosques and other areas where radicals congregate. And we have to realize this is reality. What happened on Sunday shows once again we are at war. This isn't some game. This isn't politics. This isn't some mind game. This is for real. This is a war. We're at war, and we have to face the enemy and realize we're at war. So
if changes are to be made, Congress is going to have to approve them. The president tweeted this today, among many other things. He said the Justice Department should ask for an expedited hearing of the watered-down travel ban before the Supreme Court and see much tougher version. In any event, we are extreme vetting, he says, people who come into the United States in order to keep our country safe. The courts are slow and political. So what does he mean by that exactly, do you think? That we are extreme vetting?
I think what he's saying is that even though the executive order is being stayed, the fact is that Department of Homeland Security is still very intensely looking as much as they can into those applying to come to the U.S. It's not a perfect situation because the governments at the other end, they don't necessarily feel they have to cooperate. It would be a lot better and a lot stronger if we actually had an executive order being implemented. Having said that, Under Secretary Kelly, Department of Homeland Security is vetting as much as they can. And again, you know, looking into the applicants coming in here, trying to come in here, delaying it, I'm sure, in some cases. But again, it would give a lot more clout if they had the executive order. And I can't for the life of me understand why the courts don't allow this executive order to go through. We're talking about 6 countries which are filled with terrorists, and they have unstable, in some cases, non-functioning governments. They have no security forces, no security measures in place. And why we shouldn't be able to delay them for at least 90 days or 120 days, it's just beyond me. This is political extremism gone wild.
All right.
And political
Peter
correctness
King,
gone wild.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
we'll see you soon.